Forgive me for not recording everything, but I'm very stressed for time. Running out of daylight. I'm going to tape these up after I know that everything works. This goes on the water pump. This goes then to the other end of this wire. Something jammed in there. It's too small. I think. Really? I think it's too small. That's too big. Guess it has to be that. Well, we'll see. Okay, it's on there. Now this will go in there. This will go over to the battery. Gotta hook this onto the battery. Bigger. I love my Leatherman. Alright, there's a positive line. Now the negative just goes twist tight on there, crimped onto the battery terminal. What are you doing? So got something jammed somewhere here. Really racing against time now, because now I know I got to go back to the store. Well, actually, I just discovered that the fitting that's on there just isn't going to work tight anyway for what I got to do. So I don't know how I'm going to make that work. I just don't know. And that gets twist tied on the pump. All right, I'm going to hook this last wire up, and we'll give it a shot. I just poured 2 gallons of water into the tank, rainwater. I can hear it running into the filter through gravity pressure. I'm going to let that fill up. It's still pouring in. I don't know how much. There should be enough for a test. I just want to do a pressure test in the house. It's about 2 gallons in there. That's still filling. I should see some come out here in a few minutes. You can still hear the water running in. When I'm done, of course, I'm going to mount things on boards and establish it properly. But I've got to figure out where this beast is going to go. This big battery. Let's see if we can pump some water. I should see water come through there. It's sucking. And here it's sucking. Nothing yet. Come on. Come on, what's it take to get you going? I think I'm going to go inside and open a valve, just make sure there's no pressure. There's no pressure in the lines. Alright, I open the kitchen sink faucet. Then there should be no back pressure. There it goes, now it's sucking. Ew, it's dirty looking. Okay, now we got water going into the house, but very... Okay, here we've got a drip. Here, surprisingly. Okay. A lot of water in the line. Alright, I'm going to put more water in here, in the big tank. I'll be right back. Now there's about 5 gallons of water in the big tank. I've got no more air in the lines here. That's looking better. There's still some air in that filter. It'll take time. Alright, let me check the kitchen. Now I'm going to have to shut that off. The kitchen is probably going to be pumping either water or air. There's water flowing through the kitchen faucet. I'm going to go shut it off. We've got water running. I've got to shut that off and let the lines pressurize now. Alright, I still got a slow drip here, which is not cool. Okay. Let's pressurize the lines. I don't see any leaks in the house right now. Now this should pressurize and then shut off. I'm going to stand back though because I don't know how much pressure that is. That is made for an RV. Should shut off. It stopped. Okay, the lines are pressurized. Let's go indoors and check things out. So the pump works, the accumulator works, the lines are pressurized. Let's go in the house. So we're here in the bathroom. I'm just checking, make sure there's no leaks here. Alright, gotta just make sure there's no drips on my new connections. Okay, and we should be able to get running water in here. Look at that, people! Look at that! You can hear the pump kick on. Well, that's a loud pump. Look at that, everybody! Oh, that's filthy. Whoa! It must be old filth in the lines. It works! That's pressurized running water, people. That's pressure. Alright, forgive the mess. I emptied the cabinets from the kitchen, or from the bathroom into the kitchen. Oh, I'm excited to watch. Alright, there's no pressure. That must take a minute. Yeah, there's air in the lines. That's definitely... Wait. I hear water running. Be back. Okay, here's a mess. Well, the cats had knocked off the water pipe on the sink that I was using. Of all things, on the side I was using, that's the side the cats knocked off. So I had a leak. The water was draining straight out onto the wheel well of the original trailer here. I have a bad mess down here. Water all over the place. So I am sopping it up. That was a stupid thing. That's a terrible mess. So yeah, it got up inside the wall there. We're gonna soak that out. Hopefully that'll wake it out. What a mess. Okay, so anyway, well, we'll try it again. Well, I don't know if this is going to take time or what, but there's no pressure. Terrible. I don't like this faucet. Terrible. Hopefully it'll build up pressure, but that's terrible. Really bad. Well, check this out. Let me see if I can sit my camera here. Sorry about the angle. And I just learned something. Watch this. Alright, turn on the water and it dribbles. Hit spray and it runs out nice. Whoops, there you go. Nice pressure with spray. Dribble without. Well, I don't understand this faucet. I'm going to have to read the instructions, huh? Although it's starting to pour more and more. It works. There's just something weird about this faucet. So when I press the sprayer, I get nice pressure. Otherwise it dribbles out. But I've got water. And so far no leaks anymore. So happy times in the off-grid tiny house on wheels. Running water. And I had feared because this was old. This was really old. And there was some discoloration on the brass. I had feared this was leaking. But it's not. Look at the pressure in the bathroom. That is beautiful. That's like a normal home. Look at that. That's plenty of pressure. That's awesome. So this is all good. No leaks. The hot water I'm not using, of course, because I don't have it hooked up. Got cold water. I can wash and brush my teeth here in the sink now. That's all good. I've got no leaks down in here. Everything's dry and tight. PEX is an amazing thing to work with. So everything's dry and tight. I'm going to stuff a sock in that hole tonight from the outside. I feel cold air blowing through. Put my house back together. Put things back in the drawers. Doors, cabinets, shelves, whatever. Yeah, anyway, I've got no leaks, and it's looking good. And now I've got a terrible mess to clean up. All the bathroom stuff, and I pulled out everything from under the cabinet, or under the kitchen sink in a hurry. Now I get to clean up. But look at that, everybody. Oops. Running water, everybody. Running water. I could take a shower with that. I just got to figure out why it doesn't pour normally. Maybe there's something in here I've got to do. But there it is. Running water in the tiny house on wheels. Real high pressured running water in the tiny house on wheels. This is a big step forward. Well, sometimes it takes 2 trips to get the right fitting. I've got a fitting that fits. Too bad we didn't have that in the first place. So there's a fitting that fits. I just ran some water in the sink and I've got no leaks. So we're good. I'm going to put the hose clamps on here, of course, later. But we're good to go. It works. Got running water in the tiny house with no leaks. So later I ran out of time today, but I'll put this on a board and I'll mount it up somewhere out of the way with a switch on the board and everything nice and neat and good, and put those hose clamps on and we'll be good to go. That's it, everybody. I'm going to go inside and enjoy some running water and wash some dishes. Hi, everybody. Let me get my tripod. Alright, everybody. I've got here the makings, well, for my hot water system. I went and got the propane on-demand heater that somebody gave me 2 years ago, and I've got the adapters to PEX. So these literally screw right onto the heater and then go to PEX. So PEX in from the cold water line and PEX out for hot water, which will go into the house tomorrow. So I've got the PEX fittings, and I had to get even more clamps. So I've got that for the hot water system tomorrow. And then what I have here is the makings for a first flush system, a first flush diverter. So this comes from the rain gutter and goes into here, and then from the downspout, I should say. Alright, that'll go into here, and then this will go on out to the downspout coming out. And then what I've got here is I've got a series of, I've got a PVC pipe that's going to come in, and it's going to be about 12 inches, so it gives it enough room for the sediment to fall down and not be sucked out by vacuum from the running water pressure. So what we've got here is a clean out cap, right? So imagine this is up and this is down, and a PVC pipe in between, and when it rains, alright, when it rains, the water comes straight down the downspout, flushes through, runs through here, into the long pipe. Now imagine this is 12 inches, alright, and runs into the long pipe, and all the sediment comes down here from all the bird poop and dirt and dust and leaves and sticks and debris, comes in and fills up this bottom chamber. So as the roof is being washed off, all the filth and debris comes straight down, fills this bottom chamber, and then as it starts filling up, the first flush, that's called, the first water flushing off the roof, fills up to a certain level and then starts to run down through the downspout into my rainwater collection tank. And then after the rain is done, you open up the bottom cap, let out the cleaner cap here, and let out the debris and the whatever water was there, and you're done, and you're ready for the next storm. Now, there's also, this is perfect for this, because, let me see if you can see what I'm doing exactly. Alright, yeah. Alright, this is perfect, this cap, because it's got a hole inside. So what I'm going to do is, down in here, I'm going to have a slow drain. So I'm going to have a little filter screen on here, and a little drain here, that has a very, very, very small opening. And I've studied online, and what that does is, so you don't have to empty this every single time it rains. And what happens then is this thing slowly, there's a nozzle down here which goes into a tube, which then would drain into your garden or flowers or plants or whatever. And that slowly, slowly, slowly empties this chamber and drains it out after the rain ends, so that you're then ready for the next rainstorm, and you only have to clean this every once in a while, and you don't have to empty this all the time. And then next rainstorm, first flush comes, debris goes down. It's like a sediment bowl in a gas engine. The old sediment bowls, for example. The filth will come down, the water will flow, fill up, and start flowing back into the, or down into the rainwater collection tank. So I've got everything for that as well now. So tomorrow I should be able to finish, this is a whole project for another day though, but I'm going to finish the hot water heating system tomorrow in the tiny house on wheels. So that's exciting. Got a package today. Let's see what we got here. I think it's one of my eBay purchases, but I'm not quite sure until I open it. Of course, I don't have a knife on me. These envelopes from China do not rip open properly. Yes, I think this is something I ordered. Yeah, this is really cool. This is for TR Tech Tactical. I'll give you a sneak peek. But this is going to be for my tactical channel. If this is what I thought it was. Little sneak peek here. Something I got off eBay. I was going to play around. Yeah, this is it. They look really cool. Alright, again, you're going to see this on the tactical channel. But this is a whistle. I'm not blowing hard, so I don't want to hurt my ears. A compass. And somewhere you open it up. And it's all metal. There's a strike, or there's a ferro rod. And somewhere on here is a striker, so I've got to check it out. Look at the instructions. I think this opens up as well. Yes, here. I don't know what that is. But anyway, I'm going to check this out and thoroughly review this on my TR Tech Tactical channel. But it's a really cool heavy metal. It's all aluminum structure, construction. Really, really nice little device there. Compass and ferro rod and whistle all in one with a really good metal construction. So you'll be seeing that over there on the tactical channel. So stay tuned on TR Tech Tactical and Survival. And Bison from Buggin' In, if you're watching this, one of these is yours. Alright everybody, try from the do-it-yourself world and the off-grid project. I'll talk to you all later.